Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue our entry level to Megabase, just having a bit of a look on our robots flying all over the place. So let's just get this done. We had still a few ones misplaced, as we could see on a little interactive map here of the electric network. So hopefully this will solve it and make things run a bit better. So now we just have to go and look at the next things we need. So the big limiter right now is pretty much getting resources back to the main base or up to our smelter arrays. That is kind of what's holding back most things. So let's go up top and limit what is actually taking a lot of the iron, and that is the belts we are making. Right now it's better that we just kind of stop that and activate even one of the next things, being the electric engines that we need for robot frames, so we can throw more robots into the mix. I think that will be our best solution at this point in time. So we are almost at our little mall that is churning out belts among other things. And if you look at our red belts, they are somewhat expensive, so let's just limit it to 400 for now. I think that is more than enough for what we need in the future. And the same with these. There we are. Are you limited? Limit this to 1 stack. Oh, 1 row. That's only a bit of stone. That's not that bad. So hopefully this will stop this from eating up most of our iron and get us back on track. Let's just empty out our inventory. You can go away, you can go away, and go into this one instead. There we are. You can go out. Let's keep 8 on us. Anything else we want to throw to this place? Can get a few pipes away. There we are. That should make things look at least a bit better. So hopefully this will fill up. As you can see, we're almost at 8K advanced circuits. That is more than enough. And hopefully, and very, very soon, we will fill up our green circuits, and that will again stop the request for items. So right now, I kind of want to do a very simple thing, and that is maybe start to fix these and set up a bit of crafting for speed modules. I think it's about time we make them, and yeah, that shouldn't tax us too badly, because even though they are somewhat expensive, it's only every 1 minute we need all of this. So if that takes 1,000 a minute, let's just say that for a round number, and we are producing 11K iron, consuming about the same, then yeah, we'll set it up in just a minute. For now, we need to solve this little issue we have right over here. And I'm so glad we made this much room for roboports. If we hadn't done that, this base would be, I was about to say doomed from the beginning, but that's not really the case. But it would at least have a lot harder time getting up and running. So let's do this as well. Oh wow, that's a lot of things. Please just place this one down right here. You can go away and say, and give it some power. Did I misplace something again? Oh, that's just the old one. I was like, if I misplaced something again, I was gonna be a bit annoyed, because I should be learning. There we are. Hopefully that will make sure that we don't have huge bottlenecks here anymore. Though this area is quite congested. That's a lot of robots, to be honest. All going to the same spot. And that is what it does to the base. So if we look at what we have, accumulators are almost full. We can have about 2.4k. Solar is slowly building up, but that has quite a way still before we are maxed out. Almost 50 productivity modules that we can throw into machines that needs it. So that is actually not too bad. Could add them to the steel ones that's doing the most. Let's see, production wise 7, 10, 11. Do we have something that does more than 11? That's only 700, so these almost never work down here. Or they've just been constructed a lot later at least. So we could add productivity to some of this just to help a bit with the amount of ore we are throwing in. And then we should probably also start to beacon this at some point. But then again, then I might want a different setup than what we have right now. So things are slowly getting delivered. How is it looking in terms of this one running non-stop? Somewhat good. Might want to just increase the speed a bit. That's actually also why I want to get the speed modules. So we can't really keep up with this, so we might want to add more of these if our iron has finally caught up, which it should have. We had a surplus of iron, or at least right on the edge of it. So that should be fine in terms of going forward. At least we are getting all the robots we need, and I'm just gonna let it fill with 480 so we can do a fast expansion and not get into the trouble we have right now where they're just waiting for roboports to be built. That is an annoying situation to be in. But hopefully our construction robots will get them picked up and placed down at a nice orderly fashion so we can reschedule all of these robots. So now that most of our supply of items is fixed, we do have coal, copper and iron coming in. Crude oil is also fine. Steel is looking good. Iron should be on the rise, hopefully. It's on the rise. Then we just need the copper plates to keep up. So let's see at the copper place area. These are running full speeds. These are running as fast as they can. So is it just a case of us not producing enough? Let's see. We are producing more than we're consuming. We are also producing less copper ore than what we are consuming. So we might want to go and tap into another ore patch. We do have a copper one right here. And then we'll have a second line flying this way. Or we can start to tap the ones over here. I think I'll go for this one. That is pretty much in range already. So if we just do this and line everything up, then we should be good. Of course, line it up correctly so we don't run into issues like I already misaligned it. There we go. And there we are. And then we can remove some of this to make room for miners. We can take you away. could actually remove this entire part here in the middle, or just keep it for now until the rest of this is mined out. So here is our miners. Let's just fix this. This seems like as good a place as any to start. Get you away for now. So here we are. That should line most of the way up. Meaning we can take this and just add it a few times. There we are. And in theory, we could just make one huge one. We can just go over area and stamp it down. And if we can find a very good field somewhere, we might actually try and do that. Let's see, here lines up, and this will be a bit annoying in terms of other things. Let's keep it at this for now. You can go away, and that one go away. And let's just get the robots to build this for us. Could also gather up this little one right here. But the stone is mostly for landfill at the moment. And that is not the most important things our robots can do right now, since we are still at a bit of a deficit in terms of getting that up and running. So that is more copper. That should slowly be built by our trusty robots. So let's look at the next thing. Coal is still fine. That will give us the supply we need for these to run non-stop. And then we can expand down into the next cell, pretty much. Just to make some more. Or then again, we are making 3. So we could leave it, but then again, we should have enough production. So let's set up a bit of beacon production. I will just do it in a passive provider here at the start, since I don't want them everywhere yet, because they will tax our system a lot if I just let it run rampant. So let's change one of these out with a steel chest. Oh, that's a lot of steel chests. Did not mean to do that. There we are. Just 14. Change this one into beacons. And just craft a few. Hopefully this can supply both of them, both our lamps and the other one. That seems somewhat good, but let's just make sure that it's completely okay. Oh, and you need to gather a bit more. There we are. So that means we will have a few beacons being made. We can always go and collect some if we want to try and do a beacon build. And the way our power is right now, we should be able to handle it. We have about 30 gigajoules of power stored. So that shouldn't be too bad. We also have our electric engines running now. Do you take productivity? You do. Would you want that? Not really, they're not that expensive, and with the crafting time, yeah, we can probably spend it a bit better somewhere else. But to make sure we're producing robots a bit faster, let's just expand these, because I think our limiting factor is the electric engines. So let's do this. Let's get 2 more, and let's just add them on the opposite side as well. I could have copy-pasted it, but I want these to be aligned the same way. There we are. You'll go in the middle, you'll go in the top, and there and there. That should be good. Request. And pretty much output from here into this one. giving ourselves some power rise there. So that should give us a small amount of what's it called? Engines. There we go. And let's just fill out the rest of this one. Should line up just like that. Will give us a bit more of electric engine production. Because right now our, can we mark it here as well? Just for 2 of them. Electric engine. Because this one is not running as fast as it can. We are a bit limited by electric engines. But that is fine. That is completely fine. So let's see. This is not looking too bad. Let's finally give this a landfill marker. Don't know why I haven't done it before now. And then things are slowly moving along. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Still a bit surprised that our roboports haven't been delivered yet. But they are probably doing the best they can. But here comes more copper. Very, very nice. So let's just focus on getting a lot more of these. And let's just add one more of... you can't find the advanced circuits fast enough. Oh, it just can't input them fast enough. That is the issue. But let's make one more place they are producing, what's it called? What are they called? Roboports. So if you take this one, place it right here, give it this one instead, and place you down. Oh, that was the wrong one, sorry. This one down. Oh, it was the right one. There we are. That should give us a bit more production in terms of that. And maybe since we have 2, limited to a row in each of them. Just to get things running. There we are. Twice as much production of roboports now. And that is kind of what we need. Doesn't take productivity, as we've seen so many times before, but I still test the waters once in a while anyway. And let's just do... Should we do one more? Oh, yeah, we actually made room for one more. Sorry about that. Right here, copy you to there, in, and do that and that. And that's a row, and that's that. So that's pretty much a 300% increase in robot port crafting. So hopefully our system can handle it. But yeah, let's see. Our limiting factor might be our inputs right here. So let's just give that a bit of a go. There we go. And out, in. And let's gather a few. Take you away. Oh, it's fine having that as well, to be honest. That one. That's 50. And let's just gather a few of these as well at 50. Because I know I'm crafting them right there. And we do have quite a bit of storage. So that's actually good. So, more gear wheels is always good, and yeah, that's lacking. And with iron at an all-time high, we can kinda leave that and start focusing on our copper. How can we increase that? All of them are actually running full speed right now. So what is it lacking even? Or is it just because we are building up a surplus of things? 13k green circuits. We are building a surplus, but that is pretty much done now. So how is this looking? Yeah, still not really doing enough to combat that. So does that mean we just expand down with one more of these, one more copper cell, because we are producing enough. So I think that might actually be a good solution. There we are. Let's do one more copper, and at one point we will hit a point where it maxes out. That is at least the goal. Oh, but our power is starting to complain a bit. But then again, we are almost at 10k robots. So it's understandable that that this area is going completely crazy in terms of managing our robots. That looks good. This is almost filled in. Should we fill it the entire row up here? Oh, we are starting to. But let's just add one more in. Right here, and where else is things bogging up? Right there, and in here it's somewhat good. At least for now. That will probably change sometime in the future. There we go, and let's just get the entire row here filled up, since I think that might actually be a quite good way to solve our robotic superhighway. So yeah, that is pretty much that. These are doing 28 a second, up to 32. So that shouldn't take long before we have roboports filling out this entire area. Could probably start laying down more power again, but I'm holding off a bit on it yet, since that will just tax a system that's trying to find some kind of a ground to stand on. So let's just give it a small amount of time before we throw anything else at it. Yeah, but other than that, things are looking up for us. Gear wheels still not really coming up. So it is pretty much just the copper plates that's holding us back. What's wrong with you? You need electric engines, you need... Oh, you can request from buffer chest as well. Did I never set news for that? Didn't. But I kind of want to. Because that has some logistic things that helps it in the future. So let's just do this. You three can go away. Don't know. Oh, to be honest, we can just do this by ourselves. And let's just add yet another one to this. And this is kind of why I do on-premise crafting for most things. And I'll do it for, like I did with Red Science, more of this on-site. Because else you'll hit bottlenecks like this, where you kind of have something that's used a lot of places, but you're only making it one centralized location. And that will be an issue, as we can see here with our engines. But since it's such a small amount, I think it should be fine in this case. So now just to let it all build up, roboports are building extremely fast. And they should all be deployed all the way down our line here. So should we expand out our area a bit? Just so we make it ready to add more solar to it when we can. That might not be a bad idea. So let's just do this and wait a second with the solar. Or we can move these out a few times. Just to give ourselves a bit of room to work with. And we can fill in the rest of the holes we have here and there. For example, this one. Can do without the roboports because this is entirely covered already. over here is also covered by roboports. This does need some roboports right here. And I don't want to be too wasteful with our things. So let's just get this done. And let's set up this part. There we go. And then we can kind of fit in some more roboports right here. That is looking mighty, mighty fine. Wow, this yellow mess. Damn. I did not expect it to be this hectic. But that is exactly what's happening right now. In between here as well, let's start to fill a lot of this up with the roboports. It will make it a lot harder to drive here, but yeah, that's just a thing I'll have to live with. And that is fine. But we passed 10k robots. Cheers. That is a huge milestone. So in that regard, that is so nice to see. Everything else is just nicely backing up now. Is this running full stop? Seems everything is running as fast as it can. Should be building up things. We could beacon this if we wanted. That could be a good candidate to try and see how much we can beacon things. And to do that, we will kind of have to set up a little production area for speed modules. So let's just put down this one. And have a nice little area for it here. Let's get a roboport as well. Or actually we can just add a roboport down there. But our power is not liking it at all. So I think I will end the episode here. Next episode will be us trying to beacon one of these. Might just do it in the middle ones first, since they cover a lot more with their beacons. And then we'll just have to see how much power they consume and what happens to this one when it's beaconed with 24 speed modules. That is what I'm trying to do, and see how much power it's gonna consume. So look forward to that. I am at least looking forward to it a lot. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Dgray. Please give me a like and subscribe. That will mean the world to me. And then I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.